Hi kids! My name is Teacher Owen P. Stanley, and I'm here to tell you a story. Now this isn't any regular story. This is a story that has stood the test of time. This story is thousands of years old, but it's still a really good story because we still learned something. So, I'm going to tell you about the Trojan Horse. This is a Greek mythical story, which it comes from the ancient Greeks, and if you know anything about the ancient Greeks, they were the best storytellers. And it involves one of our favorite heroes, Odysseus. So let's talk about the Trojan Horse. Once upon a time, long, long ago, the Greeks were at war with the Trojans. Why was there a war? Because of a woman. The war lasted for a very long time.
10 years later.
The Greek army could not defeat the city of Troy because they had this massive wall around it. And they could not penetrate the wall, therefore they could not recover their sweet Helen. Helen was the princess. So they tried to get her back, but they could not get inside. So after 10 long years, Odysseus, remember our hero Odysseus, think of Odysseus like an Avenger. The Avengers have many, many stories. There's many people in the Avengers. We could think of Odysseus like Spider-Man or Iron Man. And so this is one of the many stories of Odysseus. And Odysseus is very smart. He comes up with a plan. And he says, let's trick the Trojans and let's have them think that we forfeit, that we give up the fight and we leave. So he gets his men together and they build a giant wooden horse. Why a giant wooden horse? Because it was the custom that if you lose the war, you have to make an offering to Athena, the goddess of war. So they made this gigantic horse, and Odysseus and his best men, 30 of his best men, they crawled inside the horse, and they waited while the rest of the Greek army left. They burnt down their camp. Remember, they were there for 10 years. They burnt down all their tents and everything that they had while they were living outside of the city of Troy, and they sailed away. And so whenever morning came and the Trojans looked, where are the Greeks? And they see all the smoke, and they see the sailboat in the distance, and then they see the gift. Remember, it's a giant wooden horse. And on the side of it, it says,
Dear Troy, we give up. This is a gift for Athena, the goddess of war. Definitely not a trap. Enjoy. XOXO, the Greeks.
And they brought it inside. What they did not know is that the best Greek soldiers were hiding inside of the horse. So once the giant wooden horse was brought inside of the city of Troy, in the middle of the night, the Greek soldiers got out of the horse, and someone slipped out of the city and made a fire signal to wave down the Greek ship that had left with the rest of the army. And they returned. And because we had Greeks on the inside of the city, and the army waiting on the outside, now all the Greek army could come inside of the city, and they overthrew the city of Troy. This is the story of the Trojan horse. Today, you may hear the term of a Trojan horse because of a computer virus. This is where you receive a file that you're told it's supposed to be something helpful, and then when you open it up, what is inside of the computer code really is something devious that ruins your computer. We call that a Trojan horse. That's the story of the Trojan horse. I hope you like this. Please come back for another lesson. Thank you. Goodbye.